So there's a lot of hype behind Apex Legends right now, and of course I wanted to see what the hype was all about. I actually played the game for a couple of hours today, and of course I have finally grown my own opinion and perspectives on Apex Legends, and chances are that if you clicked on this video, you want to hear those thoughts and opinions. So don't get mad if you hear an opinion that you don't really like. Now that we got that out of the way, let me just share my thoughts on Apex Legends. This game isn't going to kill Fortnite, and if it does destroy Fortnite when it comes down to player base, it's not going to do that anytime soon. And I just want to point that out because there's a lot of ignorant people in the internet already saying that Apex Legends is going to kill Fortnite. Look, I'm not talking shit. I'm really not. I'm just taking a look at the facts and the past factual evidence that we have seen. When Realm Royale came out, everyone was like, oh my god, rest in peace Fortnite. Realm Royale is so unique. It's got so many great things going for it. Guess what? Realm Royale, not really the biggest battle royale game anymore. When Blackout came out, you know, a lot of people was like, rest in peace Fortnite. Call of Duty Blackout is going to be the best thing in the world. Well, Blackout is almost next to irrelevant right now. And I'm not saying those battle royale games are bad. I'm just saying those games were never able to surpass Fortnite. And I don't think Apex is going to be able to surpass Fortnite anytime soon. Let's just talk about the obvious things. Apex doesn't have solos, doesn't have duos, doesn't have squads, and most importantly, it also doesn't have unique LTMs that cater to really casual people. But of course, that's just like a really unfair judgment because Apex Legends literally just came out, and of course, let's be real here, it's only a matter of time until they probably get solos, duos, squads, and of course, a couple of fun LTMs that are going to of course keep players engaged and hooked. And as someone that covered a lot of Titanfall 2 on this channel, I know that Respawn are really good developers, and Respawn are of course going to keep improving Apex Legends as time passes, and they're going to be making it into a great game. However, something that I realized as I was playing Apex is that this game definitely doesn't cater to the casuals, and for the most part, it also has a lot of things that could make the game experience really toxic for casual players. Again, something that Fortnite doesn't really have, because if you're a casual player in Fortnite, you could always just play Team Rumble. Anyways, the biggest thing that I don't like about Apex Legends is the fact that it shows statistics. Me and my friend Landon actually got into a game. We had this player that apparently had, I don't know, like he had a pretty decent amount of kills, right? This player saw that me and my friend Landon had like 0 kills because again, we literally just got the game, and this player basically exited out, and I can already see that happening when it comes down to the player base, right? A lot of elitist type players wanting to only play with good players, so they're literally just going to be living out matches, therefore sabotaging the gameplay experience that Apex has to provide. Another problem that I see with Apex, even though it might be a small one, is the toxic experience that the Legends are going to be able to provide. Let's say that you have a player in your team that's a Wraith one trick and you picked Wraith before him. Well, guess what? Now that player is going to be constantly raging at you because you picked the hero or the legend, whatever they're called, that he actually wanted. And I know this is going to be a fact, and I know this is going to happen in the game because I played Overwatch for a long time, and people that like that specific character, they're going to get mad if you pick that specific character and you don't give them to them. It's just something that's just bound to happen. But I guess you could say everything that I say up to this point is just opinion. So I just want to speak up on some facts. This game is way too complicated, at least compared to Fortnite. Again, there's a reason why 50-year-old dads play Fortnite. There's a reason why grandmas and grandpas and dads that don't even play video games at all whatsoever play Fortnite. 1, because it's free, and 2, because it's very easy to get into. And yeah, it's true, despite the fact that the building in Fortnite adds a huge skill gap when it comes down to the player base, again, all of these dads out there, they can just play duos, they can play with some squads with friends, and most importantly, of course, they can also just play the regular casual modes, and in those casual modes, they can improve and of course become better Fortnite players. And I don't even want to talk about the battle pass, the special event challenges that Fortnite gets from time to time, basically things that always keep you coming back into the game, because of course, that would be unfair since Apex doesn't really have anything like that at the moment. Again, I just want to be speaking facts when it comes down to this video. But like I said before, Apex is too complicated. Apparently you need to have armor to use shields, something that I didn't even know at first. So I wanted to apply shields on me, and it took me like almost 30 minutes to realize that I need armor to apply shields. Something that they also didn't really mention on the game's tutorial. So I think the game's tutorial does need a little bit of work. Another thing that I noticed when I compared Apex to Fortnite is, in Fortnite, you see a weapon, you get it, and that's it. There's not really anything to it. You want to have a grenade, you get a grenade. You want to have a specific gadget, you get that specific gadget into your inventory. The inventory is Fortnite is very simple and easy to understand, which is why, again, a lot of players and a lot of casuals play Fortnite. But Apex Legends is a completely different story. You need armor, you need helmets, you need a backpack, you have an ordnance menu, you have these abilities, you have these ultimates, you have these weapons, you have these specific attachments. So again, just too many things that are literally thrown into the screen. Something that I also realized as I was playing Apex is that the enemies are very, very difficult to see. Sometimes you can't even see them at all in general, which I guess you could say it's a good thing, you know, because it means that combat isn't going to be as easy to get into. But again, in Fortnite, if you want to get into some action, you see an enemy very clearly, and of course you start fighting and engaging with them. On top of all that, the mechanics in Fortnite are also very casual, which means that Apex is not really going to be able to reel in that casual player base. At the end of the day, I'm going to be choosing Fortnite Battle Royale over Apex Legends any single day of the week. On top of all that, I didn't even want to get very in-depth into statistics in Apex Legends. In Fortnite, you can see a player's statistics and you can't really see how many wins they have, etc, etc. So when you're playing squads with random, for example, you're not really going to be receiving that much of a toxic experience, unless of course these people look you up in a third-party website, which basically never happens. In Apex Legends, let's say that you're playing squads, your teammate is going to be able to see how many kills you got, and then of course when you start underperforming, he might start being extremely toxic towards you. One of the things that I really liked about Apex though is the ping system. The ping system is great. A lot of people have talked about it, so I'm not really going to be going very in-depth into it in this video. The ping system is something that Fortnite already has, but they just need to improve on it a little bit. And the ping system is basically the thingy that's below the emote wheel that nobody ever actually uses, by the way. I guess you could say another thing that I really like about Fortnite is the variety that it brings to the table. When it comes down to my loadout in Fortnite, I can run an RPG, a sniper, and a shotgun if I wanted to. When it comes down to Apex, I'm only limited to 2 weapons. And with that said, guys, those are my thoughts on Apex Legends. Quite honestly, I just think it's got nothing on Fortnite, and the only reason why it's getting so popular right now is because, of course, everybody always likes to be on the bandwagon instead of forming, of course, their own individual self-opinion. I get it. This game, a lot of people really like it, and I'm really, really glad. Alright, I really hope Respawn makes this game into an amazing game, and I hope Respawn actually brings me back, because quite honestly, I'm not going to be playing Apex Legends anytime soon. I like the simplicity that Fortnite brings to the table, and I also like the flexibility, and of course, the fact that Fortnite always keeps me coming back into it. Anyways, if you don't believe me, and if you think Apex Legends is going to destroy Fortnite, I'll see what you say in about a month when the new season of Battle Royale comes out. Because let's face it, every time a new season of Battle Royale comes out, Fortnite is basically the only thing people talk about. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.